Hi, guys. It's the Migas.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Another episode.
Another
episode. We're on numero
dos.
Two. How do you say it in?
Juge. And then in French, de.
So juge in
Moroccan.
Moroccan Arabic. Right?
Well, Arabic is etnin.
Oh, okay, Jesus.
Yeah, I know.
So
because we speak Darija.
Oh, see, I just learned.
Yeah. So
I thought the whole time you're just speaking Arabic.
No, Moroccan is a mix.
So she knows like 6 languages.
No, in one. Yeah, but Moroccan is French, Spanish, and Arabic together.
Gotcha.
So there's so many words that
like
are like,
crossover.
I'm like, oh yeah, that's how you say it in Spanish. Hablamos español.
But how you doing, Miss Multilingual? How are you feeling?
Good. Cold. I'm just always cold, but feeling good. I'm wide awake, finally. My kids are at grandma and grandpa's, so it was a nice little decompress evening. I took an everything shower. I did a face mask. I did a hair mask. I was just like,
love it.
Like a seal. How about
just
you?
Flopping around.
Yeah, I sat in bed and then I found a new show to watch.
Ooh, which one?
It's called, hold on. It's on Peacock. I think it's the Hunter. Hold on. It's so good. I think it's called, wait, is it the Hunting Games?
The Hunting. Not the Hunger Games.
No, not the Hunger Games. Hunting.
Shows. I'm here taking my own notes. So this is your sign to bring out your pen and paper, ladies.
Yes, that's right. Because we got a lot of
Jimmy's
serial
shows or episodes on Peacock. Peacock. It is on Peacock.
It's on Peacock. If you didn't know, it's on Peacock. The Hunting Party.
The Hunting Party.
Yes.
Is it a drama, thriller?
So it's a thriller. The lady from do you remember Manifest?
Thriller, no.
Okay, well,
you know me with shows, sis.
Okay, well,
talk to me about Bridgerton.
Well, I will not because I have not watched it. Not even one episode. However, so there was like a secret jail that the CIA put together, and it was like underground, and it housed all of the notorious serial killers.
Ooh.
And what they executed them in front of people, like, because they got the death penalty, but they never did. They brought them into this facility to do testing on them, and then apparently it was a jailbreak that killed the majority of them, but some of the most notorious serial killers are back in the wild.
Oh, how many seasons is it?
It's 2 seasons right now. But when I was like, wait a minute, serial killers are right up my alley because with all the thriller books I've been reading, and I'm like, so they.
How are your dreams these days?
Honestly, absolutely feral and ridiculous, but it's fine. It's fine. And I also finished Love and Death on Netflix with Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen's sister.
I forgot they had a sister. The whole time I'm just thinking
she looks just like them, but it's
Love and what?
Love and Death.
Love and Death.
And it's a true story about this woman, Candy Montgomery, that she had an affair with someone in her church. And then
oh no.
Yeah. And then like they stopped the affair and all that stuff. And then over time, like the wife of this man, like she lost her mind. Like she was going through horrible postpartum depression, like terrible postpartum. Like when you see how the acting was, it was so good. And Candy goes to her house because their kids are friends. And she's like, I'm here to get the bathing suit, blah, blah, blah. We're gonna go watch The Empire Strikes Back and this and this. And the lady's like, did you have an affair with my husband? And she's like, no, she goes, are you having an affair with my husband? And she goes, no. And she goes, but you did. And she's like, yes, but it stopped. And they're supposed to be friends, right? So she's like, it's like literally like a blank stare. And then she's like, I'll be right back. Let me go get the towel for my daughter because she's taking her to swim school or something. She comes out with an axe.
Okay, no spoilers.
Yes. It's a documentary. It's based on a true story.
Yeah, I don't even know about the true story.
Oh
so
my
no spoilers.
God. The entire thing. I was like, oh my God, what is happening?
Right. And that's just like one.
It's a limited series.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm here.
I'm going to give you all these. Like there are so many thriller ones that are coming out and that are out.
Because some of them like I'll watch with Kelvin, but then like I know that you always have like something playing in the background as you're working.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I feel like yes, I can listen to stuff, but depending on what type of work I'm doing, like if I'm typing actual words out, and even sometimes with numbers, like I'll get confused because instead of putting numbers in a spreadsheet, I'm putting letters, because I'm listening. But I think having like an actual show just kind of like playing in the background that I can like look down and
these
see.
shows you're gonna want
to like pay attention
because there's so many like things that are going on.
So you have to.
But so good, so good. And like I woke up this morning at like 5 a.m. and I was like, oh, let me watch this show. Wow.
Well, at least it's early in the morning.
Yeah,
stunt the subconscious,
right?
Super.
How about you? How are you doing?
Feeling, I guess, good.
How are you guys doing?
How are you guys doing? Well, it's a girl, so adding another girl to the party, and officially gonna have the pair, la parejita, like as they say in Spanish. I didn't want to say that other word, if you know, because apparently it means something else.
Oh, okay. Well.
R-rated. So that's why I wanted to make sure I pronunciated it correctly, even though I am not the queen of pronunciation. What was that thing that I sent you? The girl was like wearing a beret. She's like, I'm wearing a bidet.
And she goes, it's a beret.
And I was just like, that's literally Nora and me. Because I would definitely be the one saying, this is a bidet with that confidence that she said it too. Because that's...
Well, when what was it last episode? She's like, oh, she got that melatonin. And I'm like, you mean melanin?
The important thing is that
we
know.
I knew what you were saying. I knew.
Sleepy, dark color skin. But we've been well. Interesting enough, I got a phone call, was it yesterday? I had gotten like, because now with the new, I guess, update on the iPhone, like the calls are getting screened, so I'm not getting as much like spam stuff. So I was like, the other day, I was like, I think it was Thursday. I was like, oh, let me check. I was like, what are all these voicemails? And I almost deleted an important one from not my regular doctor's office. I guess this is like a specific doctor's office from the hospital. And I was just like, okay, I gotta make sure to call them back. But then yesterday, again, like locked in to work and banged out everything that I needed to catch up on. It was bad, but it got done. So I'm grateful for that. But then in the middle of the day, they called me, thank God. Because I was like, this was actually top of mind to call you guys because I needed to schedule a bunch of appointments. And then mid-call, I'm like, hey, by the way, why do I need to go for this ultrasound? Why do I need to have this virtual call? Like, is everything okay?
Yeah.
And they were like, you know, and the lady, I could tell she was trying to be nice on the phone. I guess she was a nurse.
If she says you were geriatric.
No. And then I was just like, it's okay. You can say it. Because I was just like, I don't remember doing this with my son. Because when I had Caleb, I had just turned 32. And obviously anything after 35 these days, it used to be called geriatric pregnancy, but now it's called advanced maternal care.
Oh,
I was
my
like,
God.
I was like, I'm cool with the geriatric. Like, it's okay. No offense. Like, I'm grateful that I can get pregnant at this age, you know, and I know it's not easy for everyone. So I was like, I'm grateful for my fertility and all that stuff. So she was like, you know, she didn't say it. She was like, you know, but I had my kids like around your age. I was like, it's okay, ma'am. Like, you don't need it. Because I guess living in such a sensitive and everybody's into their feelings society. I'm like,
they have to pussyfoot around everybody.
I'm like, girl, I'm from the Bronx. I served in the military. I was like, the offense taken, it's very minimal. Depending again, now if I just gave birth and you maybe said something to me like that, it just depends what my hormones are doing.
Like, I can't control these hormones, girl.
It just depends. But like I've also like learned to take that step back and reflect. But
because at the end of the day, they're just doing their job.
Yeah.
You know?
So
I just did not like the bedside manner from my lady. Like the thing is,
there's the bedside manner. I feel like no matter at what stage, because I witnessed it. I think for my sister, some friends, and then even for myself too. I was just like, and it just depends on the nurse. So, but then also too now I'm like, that nurse probably had a bad day. That nurse probably this. Again, giving people not, like I said, not the benefit of the doubt anymore, giving them that grace. Because I remember Caleb experienced jaundice.
Yeah.
So the first nurse that was explaining it to me, she literally made it feel like it was my fault. And I was just sitting there crying. But then the second nurse that came with the shift change, She was like a breath of fresh air. And I literally was sitting here thanking her. I was like, thank you, because the nurse before you made me feel horrible about this. And she was like, she did. She was like, don't worry, I'm going to report her. And I was like, if you want, I wasn't trying to go there.
No, my doctor, I go to Dr. Vinay Shah in Clifton, Indian guy. He has zero filter, which I appreciate, to be honest. I do. Because,
right. And when it comes to like medical stuff, like don't sugarcoat, like
exactly.
Tell me what it is.
And then we had, like he brought in a new doctor and a female doctor. And like, because he's so busy, I guess she felt like, oh, I'm a female too, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, I really think that you need to start taking baby aspirin because you are older. And I'm like, what?
For like the what? Circulate?
Yeah,
like
because
circulation?
Yeah, and she's like, you should take baby aspirin. And I was like, I'm not doing that. Then I saw him the next time and I was like, so the other doctor said, he goes, oh, don't even listen to her. He's like, you're fine. Like, he was like, yeah, no, don't listen to her. You're fine. He's like, what is this, our third time? I was like, yeah. He goes, if she could only see how you heal, like your work of art. And I'm like,
like, thanks.
Thanks, man. And he's told me, he's like, I wish all my patients were like, because I'm like, what do you need? Oh, this is what you need me to come in at this time? No problem. I was like, this is what, this is what we're doing. But he was very upset when I told him, no offense to the people of Passaic, but I gave birth in Hackensack all 3 times. And the last time, because he's on the board in Passaic, and I said, I'm not giving birth in the ghetto. And he's like, what?
I mean, like, again, if you have, if you have the options, like, because
how
even
was
now,
his last surgery there? Because he is on the board in Passaic, so he's able to do a bunch of stuff there. So in St. Mary's, like he runs that place, and I was like, I'm not going there. I want my private room. This is my last child, and he's like, no, Nora, no, I'm not sharing a room. I was like, this is my last freaking child.
See, and it's crazy because I'm thinking that these days it's the standard to have your own room, but I guess no.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I did not want to take that chance.
Right.
I don't think they do it in St. Joe's, but like, I mean, I was
no,
so
St.
used
Joe's
to
is private. I remember because I'm just visiting friends from years ago, so I can only imagine. And it's crazy that we're mentioning like
different
delivery
hospitals?
rooms and hospitals because also like on my feed, Lenox Hill Hospital in the city, because I guess like in New York there's like Bellevue, and then there's Lenox Hill, and it's like literally the rooms looks like a hotel. But then of course I was like, let me go in the comments, let me see what society is saying. They're like, oh, what a privilege it is for you to post this and that, and I'm like, I'm sorry, if a mom has an option,
the means
to have the best facility, the best team, like, why not?
Did you know?
Why not?
Did you know? I think it's Japan. Yeah, I think it's Japan. After your child is born, they put you up. Well, you have to go to a hotel, but it's like a.
Oh, I've seen those. Yeah, they call it a
birthing, whatever.
Something,
like,
yeah.
You and your spouse go and spend a month with your child.
Yes.
And it's like, they have this food delivery service, all these things, but it's for the bonding. And I'm like, that's genius.
I love that. They're starting to have those here, but obviously I know some of them are like astronomical. So again, if it's something you could afford or it's something you could even plan for, especially like if you plan to have, like your child planning in 5 years, like if you want to save up for this, I think it's something phenomenal to do.
To have that
especially
option.
If you don't have, like I said, like I remember seeing this one mom, and again, people always like, oh, she's so privileged, but she was like, I planned for this. She was like, me and my husband, we said, and now I think they have like 4 kids. We either have a village or we pay for our village.
Yeah.
So they financially prepare themselves for that. And that's what I feel like. I feel like people's priorities in today's society is like, oh, it must be nice, this and that. But I'm like, but then you're ordering Uber Eats like every day. That's $75, $100. Do the math.
You're on Klarna and Affirm.
Yeah, that's like, or you're buying like the latest sneakers, the latest sweatsuit set, all this stuff. But then there's people that are just living the basic when it comes to like attire and these luxuries. Because these days, like everyone can truly afford these luxuries because of all this like Klarna and Affirm and all that stuff. And you're still making these payments. But some again, other people that are making great income, we're just not managing that income correctly. Because my older brother always looks at my dad and like our household growing up. He was like, "How did you guys do it? How did you guys do it?" And especially at one point, it was one income, and that was my dad's income. And what my brother makes a day is double than what my father probably has ever made in his life. And they still been able to live a pretty comfortable life. But my mom said it. She was like, it was very modest for us in the beginning. My mom was like, I wasn't, because now, like, we do our nails all the time. We're doing our hair. Those are luxuries. Sometimes, again, people are, it's mandatory self-care. It's a luxury. Like, if you do the math, and then you times it, let's say times it by 5 years. Forget just in 1 year. Times it by 5 years. And again, some people that are out here that we're seeing on social media, they're doing their numbers. And of course, now they have like multiple streams of income because now they're posting this amazing content on the internet. But I 100% believe it is possible for you, especially when it comes to the childcare, to be able to plan it out for yourself. Now, again, if this child, happened out of nowhere, then you just gotta do what you gotta do. But and a lot of us now are waiting longer to have kids. While you're waiting, I get everybody wants to travel, do all this, buy, again, us with the books, so consuming all these books, all these things, or the next thing on Amazon. If we cut back from that and you really see, because I think even Liz mentioned this, I forgot what it was that she used to like spend a lot. I think it was like coffee or something. And she was like, the amount of money.
Yeah. Oh, her Dunkin' Donuts. That's right.
The amount of money that I was spending at Dunkin' Donuts on a weekly, monthly basis, it was crazy. Once I cut back from that luxury and making, again, the coffee at home, because I don't know if you've seen that too. People are like, oh, making coffee at home. And then it's like millennials or like the generation after us. And then the former generation comes in and it's just like, yeah, we've been doing that. We've been making our coffee at home. Because yes, it's cute. I'm a coffee shop freaking fanatic. I'm a fiend. And it's just like, whoa, every time I do go to a coffee shop, it's easily 30, 40, 50. It adds up. Like even the other day, we went to Chick-fil-A. It was a quick, and mind you, we went to pick it up and wasn't Uber Eats. It was $40.
Yeah.
And if you do the quick math and it's just like, okay, where's all my money going? I'm sure you're the queen of this because you've done the breakdown.
I was going to say,
it's like crazy.
The thing is like we are going to have an episode on budgeting.
I know,
we have to.
We're
We just
all
have
over the place right
but
now.
but I like to your point where you said like, oh, doing your nails, hair is a luxury. Yes. For me, it's a necessity. For me, it makes me happy.
Right.
And when I'm typing away and
your nails are fresh.
And the thing is, I go into the office, I see people, it's an extension of my personality. And like, it's also something like me and Amy go, so it's best friend bonding time. We go once a month. And that's the thing. I was at a point before I had my ish together that I was like, every 2 weeks, I gotta go get them done. It's like clockwork. Now I'm like, no, I keep my hair curly for 1 to 2 weeks, get it blown out the other one. And then I stretch that for 2 weeks because I have super dry scalp and it does not smell, itch, whatever. It's good. And if you're going to come for me and be like, ew, that's nasty, mind your business.
Don't even bother.
Mind your business because a bonnet is being put on. We do the whole thing. I don't have to put oil. No, mind your business. But then like even with pedicure, I'm like, listen, I get a gel pedicure and then once a month I'm there. Like it's once a month. It's a little treat yourself.
Right.
And my brows, I can go 3 months.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like we've taken the treat yourself like overboard for some people.
It's like when people boss babe too close to the damn sun.
And they find themselves in a bind when it comes to, let's say, like even, I'm going to use a baby shower, for example, like attending a baby shower. Like, oh my God, I can't afford a gift for that. Because then you got the baby shower invite like 3 months ago.
Yeah, you could have put $10 away a week.
You know what I'm saying? And like,
and it doesn't have to be extravagant.
But you decided to go out and that's another thing. Even like going out to eat, bro. Like these days, going out to eat, leaving your house.
Your house, it's like $100.
Yeah.
Like
but then it's funny because when you don't leave your house and you're ordering shit online, and that's the thing. It's just like, I get it. We're literally being bombarded.
Yeah.
But let's reel
it back in, guys, because we got a whole episode.
It's not like it's so quick. We can be so quick to judge people because of the privileges that they're showing on Instagram, but we don't know what the behind the scenes look. I mean, maybe most of them are putting them on a credit card, but maybe the other half sat there, budgeted, and planned to have that care. And especially again, we're going back to motherhood and postpartum care. Again, we have all this available. These places are super transparent with their numbers. Like, hey, instead of maybe like spending $6,000 on a baby shower, spend $6,000 on your postpartum care. Again, priorities.
Even during like your baby shower, I've seen people put like, oh, can you please instead of a gift, give us like funds for this, and
Yeah,
then
or like
that's
even
what they
like a
use.
meal train that
Meal
people have
train. Yeah,
created. Like
yeah.
I started because of course, the planner in me, but slowing it down. I was like, oh, let me slowly start my registry. And
Mm.
on there, I was like, all right, it's a second baby. You know what is second baby is just like you don't need all these things. And I'm being a lot more minimalistic, especially like I'm not doing a whole nursery. This baby, even my mom, she's like, oh, what crib are you getting for the baby? I was like, I don't think she's even gonna get a crib. It's gonna be a bassinet, and that baby's going in the freaking bed.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I was like, let's keep it real. I was like, whatever helps everyone in my household sleep, that's what we're
That's
gonna
what.
do.
Yeah, yeah.
Even if we have to put Caleb's mattress in our room, and she was like, oh, I'm gonna have to take a picture of that. I was just like, it's gonna be a big old room with just a freaking mattress.
She needs a Texas king.
Exactly. Forget California.
Yes, exactly.
So crap, I forgot where I was leading with that, but it was good. But anyway,
If it comes back, we'll talk about it. But let's
I
get
know,
in
let's dive
this
in. Let's dive
episode.
in. And of course, we're continuing to talk about motherhood
Yep.
because
we're the
that
Migas.
is yeah, and that is the hood that we are both deep in the trenches. And I feel like we're always going to be in the trenches of this, just at different
Yeah.
levels. And like we spoke on the last episode, that everything is temporary, and the same thing with each stage of motherhood.
Yep.
It's just you, hopefully, willingly, you gain the wisdom to navigate the next phase with as much grace as you can give yourself.
Yep. So
let's go.
we are discussing the art of apologizing to your child. Because some days, I ain't trying to apologize. I'm the parent.
And
What I say
what I
goes.
say.
But no, our kids check us. And this is going to be a very good episode because, again, as you know, like, we're both mothers, but our kids, all kids are very different. But we're coming to you from a, non-neurodivergent child, and then 2 neurodivergent children. Also different levels of the spectrum.
Right.
Because again, autism is a spectrum.
So we're going to discuss all levels of the comprehension of our kiddos.
And then I have some questions.
Let's go.
So
I need more cafecito for this.
All right. So when you lose it, which honestly, I think I lose it like 100 times a day, because sometimes it's just, it's a lot. It's overstimulation. And your nervous system is literally on like 1,000. And you're sitting there just trying to function from day to day, trying to get all these things done. And then you have like a little tiny person that you made is like, mommy, I want a snack. Mommy, I want this. Mommy, 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 mommy. I get it 3 times. Mommy, I want a snack. I don't like this. This straw is weird. This color of the straw is weird. I don't like that. I don't like this color. Why did the Capri Sun has a different character?
Picture.
Yeah, that was oh, I don't like this mac and cheese because it's Paw Patrol and not SpongeBob. Mommy, mommy, mommy. And I'm like,
yeah.
I'm glitching at that point. And when I lose it and I'm like, bro, you're mad annoying. And they just look at me like, well, my bad, bitch.
Like that checking, and you're like, damn, did I overreact?
And so Oliver is extremely emotional. He's extremely emotional, and he is extremely verbal, which is a blessing because his speech was, and he comes back to me with the questions. So I'm like, dude, can you give me a second? Well, you said that. A second has already passed.
We have to be so realistic when we tell them.
I'm like, all right, give me a minute. Okay. And he literally puts the timer. He'll be like, give me your phone, and puts a minute.
Holding you accountable.
And then he'll see me cook dinner, and he'll come down and be like, are you making dinner? I'm like, no, I'm standing here putting on a talent show. What does it look like?
The boss.
And he's like, well, you already know that I don't like that dinner. And I get so upset and I lose it. I lose it a lot because I'm I know something's wrong up here because I have ADHD
You're just
beyond
overstimulated.
overstimulated, and
And your
I
nervous system is like,
and
help.
I lose it. I know I lose it like really bad. And I've noticed this from when I was a kid because I actually saw some home videos of myself. Um, my sister Melik was born when I was 7. So there's a like, just kind of there was a big shift and like sharing with like all my cousins and all this. And like I noticed my patience has literally been like to the floor. Like it's been so bad. And I could see myself get overstimulated. And now with my kids, it's like, damn, and I need to feed you, and I need to clothe you, and I need to work, and I need to do this. And someone's asking me, my job's always asking me to do shit for them because that's what I do for work. And then like all these things. And when I snap, in my head, I'm like, I'm so justified in my feelings and no one understands my feelings and this is unfair. Why do I have to be the damn adult? Why can't I just? But when you look at their faces, one, the level of understanding is not there because they don't understand. Like, they can't do what they're asking me. Like, oh, mommy, I'm hungry. Like, I'm not gonna have my 7-year-old cook their dinner. Like, you know what I mean? Or like, mommy, I wanna take, and the repetition, it's the repetition. That's when I have to take a step back and be like, bro, or chill. Girl, what is your problem? Like they're not doing this to you maliciously. And I'm doing a lot of work in therapy because I take it as a personal attack. Like, your father is literally sitting right there. I could be on fire and you're still gonna ask me to open a fruit snack. Like, and he's just sitting there
But
watching Call of Duty.
It's mom. That's what it is. It's mom.
But it's taken a long
Yeah.
time for me to understand that I need to apologize because I feel that I've been on the defense my entire life. And it's not my kids against me. It's me showing my kids that it's okay to ask for what you want, but I'm trying to find that middle ground.
And that's dope that you found that it wasn't the kids that made you this way.
No,
Or that like
it was growing up.
it was
Yeah.
that defense, that wall was already up before the kiddos.
Yeah.
And this is like a quick just side note. This is what I always tell all of my friends that are single, that have no kids yet, or they're trying to conceive. I'm like, I get that whole trying to conceive. It's like it's heartbreaking. It's a mind F. But you have such a beautiful opportunity to learn who you are. Like to do that work, because what you're doing now, what I've been doing, like doing that work while parenting is rough. And you're hearing it.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's every kid doesn't get the same parent.
No,
They don't.
no.
Oliver gets a version of myself right now as he's growing and testing these boundaries. Like he is a little manipulator. And he knows he's a little manipulator. Super quick story because my mom will defend Oliver to like the moon. Like he's the only boy, the only grandson. She only had like it's me and my 2 sisters. Like he's the only boy.
That's right.
Bruh. Mm. Calls me yesterday. Hi, what's your Apple ID? I said, why?
This is your mom.
Yeah. Oh, and I was like, no, put him on the phone. Hello? I was like, you already know that every single app that you have on your iPad that you have a privilege of getting Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you've already downloaded them. No, but I want the same games I have on grandma's phone. That's between you and your grandma. On the iPad that I put, we have alerts, we have everything. That's it. And it shuts down after a few hours. I'm like, sorry. And my mom's like, why are you so difficult with him? Why am I so difficult with him? Because you don't know what's out there. You don't know.
Right.
Like, you can't say yes to everything, but it's also finding that boundary of like, I'm not trying to be an asshole. Like, I'm really not. I'm not trying to be like, you can't do that. You wanted an iPad? Not a problem. Here's something. It has restrictions. It has limitations. I mean, I got 3 of them. So I'm just like, dude, just as long as you're sitting next to me, it's something educational. You're using it. It's fine. And also with autism, like that stimming, it regulates them. That's fine. then I'll have all three of them fighting for what the hell they want to watch on the TV, which is ridiculous because it's like K-pop Demon Hunters. No, I want Gabby's Dollhouse. No, I want to watch Lotta Nikki. No, I want to watch Roblox. And I'm like, I don't care. So each of them can get it. It's fine. But try like setting that boundary and then not having like Alberto has my back all the time. I'm like, this is what I want to do. He's like, that's not a problem. That's not a problem. Sunday at 6, we take those iPads and why you're so unfair. Yeah, you're ruining my life. And I'm like, that I'm not apologizing for.
Right.
That part, not apologizing for
Right,
it.
because you already set the standard, and this is when.
Yeah, but when I tell you something and you deliberately ignore me, like, go brush your teeth. Go brush your teeth. Go brush your goddamn teeth. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, dude, I said it 3 times. But when I lose it, I'm like, it's a personal attack. I feel like it's so stupid because I'm like, they're kids. Why am I getting so tight about it? And that's when I'm like, I need to apologize.
But when it comes to that, and I'll share a quick story with that, you told him once, you told him twice.
Yeah.
That third time, I'm sorry. The voices, the attitude is coming. Because especially if I told you the first time nicely, because Caleb, it was July 4th, I remember. Because I was like, I know it was at some point last year. The adults, everybody was like, it was like the adult time. So I was like, all right, this is not kids wrap it up. And Caleb was already indoors. The rest of everybody was outside. Like, this was already after the fireworks. They've had themselves a grand old day. I was like,
it's 10 was had.
It's 10 p.m. It's way past your bedtime.
Yeah.
Anyways, so he's chilling on the couch and he's sitting there with one of our friends' kids. And I was like, Caleb, I need you to go upstairs. And I know he heard me because he looked at me. And I was like in the kitchen and he's there in the living room. I'm like cleaning up. I'm like, Caleb, go upstairs. Third time, that voice and that attitude. And of course, he listened that third time. But weeks later, he confronts me about this situation. Because I guess he was embarrassed because I did it in front of a friend.
Yeah.
And I was just like, he was like, yeah, you were mean to me. And I was like, please explain when I was mean to you. And this was on a car drive, so I can't even like make eye contact with him. And I was like, please explain to me. But I was like, I'm going to look at you from my rearview mirror. So I'm here. I'm listening, right. And then he goes, oh, when you yelled at me. And I was like, when did I yell at you? Oh, so-and-so. And I was like, why did I yell at you? I was like, so calm. Because I was just like, let's break this down. Instead of, again, giving him that space to listen. I mean, that space to
vent.
And express himself.
Yes.
Because again, also very, very expressive over here and very into his feelings. Like him and Ali are clearly, 2 peas in a freaking pod.
Bro.
And then I explained to him, I was just like, okay, but why did I have to yell at you? I was like, I told you the first time very respectfully. Because we're going to talk about respect and disrespect over here at this age. And I was like, and did I say it nicely the second time? He was like, yeah. And then I was like, and the third time, you still didn't hear me. So that's why I raised my voice. And I was just like, how about you work on your listening skills and I'll work on my attitude. And I didn't necessarily apologize, but I kind of like,
you had a conversation.
This is the bound. These are my standards. This is what I asked for. Because even now, I literally asked him once. There's been times that obviously I have had to ask him the second time. And I always tell him, I was like, if you're going to answer me, I don't care how you're feeling. I don't care what you're doing. You better answer, yes, mommy. Or, okay, I'm on it. Okay, I'm doing it. Okay, coming.
Yeah.
Because again, it's just like, you got to put the foot down.
Yeah.
But again, it's there's a fine line, when it is that we have to sit there and find the art of apologizing.
Elena's getting to this point. She is a lot more vocal now and she's understanding, which is, I mean, you guys, I don't really share them as much, like, you know what I'm saying? Because one, it's for their privacy. And it's just, I don't know how they're going to feel down the line if I put something, you know what I mean? But, homegirl lately, Elena, silence. Elena, ugh, what, mom?
No.
And I've had like literally, the stairs in my house, those tiny stairs. I've had all three of them sit there. And I'm like, please, all three of you tell me what your issue is today. What's going on? Because you bother me. Okay, how do I bother you? And inside, I'm literally like,
Right, like
this is, that there's that
like my mother would not be doing
there's
this
that
shit
meme
right
of that girl. She's like,
now.
that's me
Yeah.
inside. And I'm just like, and I've caught myself many times. And at first, I've been like, they're kids. Why am I feeling like this? But I give myself that space to walk away, and I've cried. I've cried. I'm like, it's not bully behavior because my two older ones don't understand. Their feelings are what they're trying to get a hold of that. The world is already so noisy. It's so loud. It's so overwhelming. It's just overstimulating. And I'm supposed to be their protector. But the thing is, I'm going through my own shit. I'm suffering. Like, I'm on meds. I'm doing my best. Like, this country and this world wants you to be a full-time working mother, show up to work, care between those hours, then go home, cook, clean, get these kids to do their homework. I have tutoring. I have this. Then I feel like shit because I can't put them in dance. I can't put them in anything else because one, is expensive. And we on a budget, baby. And two, it's like I feel like I'm depriving them of their childhood. Then I need to apologize to them when they're mean to me. And I'm like,
It's a whole lot on one dish.
and I did a video of it's a reel. Go give it a like. It was like when your kids call you mom for like the millionth time, and it's you could do it, but you're like, and I'm like this. I'm like, I'm literally tweaking out all day, every day, and I'm not even on drugs. And when you guys wonder why I drink so much wine, and that's the only thing that can calm me. That and prayer, lots of prayer, and having friends like Cindy, friends like Amy, like we sit there and like you'll never judge me on how, like you've seen my kid with his attitude. Like but you also see when I apologize to them. And then I apologize and I go into the bathroom and I start crying because I'm just like, dude, what the fuck? Like, God.
But it's also too, I feel like the crying is good because you're, again, going back talking about your nervous system. It's just like you have to release whatever it is. And you're doing it in a healthy way when you're crying after and you're in the bathroom crying. Yeah, so they say, like, even my therapist, she's like, oh, it's good that Caleb sees you cry. And I was just like, yeah, but I don't need him to think that this is just my emotional response to everything.
Yeah.
Or that it's an okay response to be just crying all the time because no, we need to also regulate. So I cry in front of him here and there, but most of the time it's just like crying in private.
Yeah.
Because of that release and like bringing down your freaking nervous system. You need to do that.
Yeah.
You need to.
Yeah.
What
was I gonna say? There was, damn it. I'll now
circle back. I
you gave me the brain fart.
And I still can't remember what the heck I was talking about before.
So I have a few little things here, and then I want to ask you a question. So
let's see. It's time
again,
for questions.
Yep. So the main thing is like the repairing of the nervous system. That's when you're apologizing. Like that's really what you're doing, right? So for my kids, at least, like I said this, like the world is louder, faster. It's a lot. It's a lot going on. And I've used this a lot with them because I see it and I tell them, like, I see you, I feel you. I understand you're not too much. When they get frustrated, I'm like, your reaction makes sense. And we try to explain and like Elena is one that she like bounces back like this. She'll be like, they said they don't love me. And so I sit with her and I'm like, okay, but how does that make you feel? Would you like a hug? Would you? And she's like, okay. And then if I yell at her or something, I'm like, but do you understand why mommy was upset?
Right.
And she'll say, yes. And I'm like, what was I? You told me to do this and I did not do it. And I'm like, okay, but do you understand? Yes. And sometimes they're like, no, I don't understand. I don't understand what you want me to do. And I'm like, oh, I'll be more clear.
Right.
With, Now I remember my story.
Yay.
All right. So Thanksgiving, I had family over, and my 2 cousins were over, and I mean, they were little babies, and now they're big, 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 big. I have a 16-year-old and then a 12-year-old, and I'm like,
Aw, yeah, yeah. It's
and
hard to see them grow up.
yeah, I know, I hate it. And my 16-year-old cousin was standing in the kitchen, and Ollie had an attitude, like he was pissed. And then I'm like, we're having this conversation. I forget what we were talking about, and I'm going back and forth with him, and I'm like, I understand, okay. But do you understand? He's like, no. Why can't you do what I want? And I'm like, because that's just not how it is. Like, trying to explain. And my cousin literally comes up, gives me a hug, and he goes, "You're a real gentle parent." And I'm like,
Like,
what?
don't confuse me, sir.
I was like, what? And he goes, if that was with my mom, because she was there,
Well,
she's
yeah.
like, she would have punched me in the face. And then she's like, yeah, but Nora's in a part of a different generation of raising kids, and you don't know what she's been through growing up.
Right. And again,
And
like the breaker of chains. It's
yeah,
hard. It's hard.
and they were like, we like that you apologized to him, even though you didn't do anything. And I was like, it's not about that. It's like you suck up your pride, and like you're trying to make sure that they can have that communication with other people.
Right.
And like when they said that, I was like, oh, so people are who's important to me is watching,
Right.
and that's
No, and you're already making a difference too. And a quick thing is, for instance, me recently learning with my grandma being here and her parenting style. And I was like, okay, now it makes sense. My mom didn't know any better. Obviously they didn't have access, and they're not seeing the difference or the
Yeah.
results of trying it this way and trying it that. And like you said, you're not the same mom with each child.
Mhm.
And all of it is truly trial and error.
Error.
Even in this art of apologizing.
Yep.
That's why it's art, because it's fluid. It's not gonna be cookie cutter. It's not gonna be the same in each situation.
Mhm.
And for each child, obviously at each age, like there's different levels of
Yeah.
apologizing. And again, like all depends on that comprehension. And I love that you asked them, do you understand? And if they don't, like, okay, then let me help you understand.
Yeah.
And I'm sure like even then, if they still don't understand, it's just like, okay, let me put this in my back pocket for just next time.
Yeah.
Maybe if a similar situation pops up.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. It's just like we're kind of like building this little Rolodex of
things.
apology cards.
And the thing is, it's like, we're coming at this from like my oldest is 8. Like we're not even in the preteen or the teen years yet. So that's a whole nother set
Yeah.
of apologizing. So we may revisit this at another time, because it's like
each season.
Yeah. Okay. We already talked about this. Okay. How do you balance apologizing without feeling like you're giving up authority?
Mm. So even in that example that I shared in the car, like I feel like I didn't sit there and was like, oh, you know what? I'm so sorry for yelling at you like that. I never said sorry for yelling that. I let him know, again, my authority. This is my authority over you. And I never had to sit there and be like, well, I'm the parent. Again, what we grew up hearing. Well, that's just what it is. That's just what it is.
Because I said so.
Because I said so. Even though sometimes I have said because I said so. Because again, there's other situations that it just calls for because I said so. So that's what I've learned. And even another apology that we had to do, because again, poor Caleb.
I love this one.
It's
so good.
There's a video to prove it. Thank God for technology. So one morning we're all getting ready, and I forgot where we were heading. It was something early. I think we were heading out to like the Woodbury outlet. So I was like, all right, we want to get there early. Let's leave early, get breakfast, and get out the door so we could be there as soon as the stores open. So Caleb was already dressed, and he was in his room. And recently, we had gotten him, and this was like for his birthday, got him a rolling like desk chair appropriate for his age. So all of a sudden, we hear like, I think he calls out for his dad, and like Kelvin like walks in the room, and we see that the chair is literally like, all right, so this is the desk, and the chair is literally like that. Like the top is on the thing, and the legs are kind of like in the air, but it's still like leaning on it. So instantly, Kelvin was like, "You were definitely climbing on that chair. Like, there's no other way. Like, obviously, I don't think we even asked the kid if he was okay. Like, we were just so like, why are you like on? Like, why are you even climbing? Because the thing is, we also know that Caleb again, he's not your typical boy as far as when it comes to like the boy energy, like
Yeah.
jumping up the couches, climbing. Like he's always like, he'll ask if something's up high, like, hey, can I need help with this? Like he'll attempt to try, like if there's adults in the room, but him by himself, he's like, you know what? Let me go ask for help.
Mm.
Um, so, and then I remember I stepped into the room and I was just like, yo, just say the truth. Like there's a camera there. Like we're going to rewind this tape and see what actually happened. And then he's like, I wasn't climbing. I wasn't climbing. And then we also kind of like looked at each other because we know as far as up to now, and like I said, I hope that it stays this way, that the kid does not lie.
Mm.
You know, and if he has just like a little like small like white lie, and then he'll like tell the truth, like, oh hey, yeah, you know what, that was me. But he won't sit there and like ride or die, take it to the grave. Like I didn't do it. So we know he's very honest and very, very genuine. So we were both just like, oh, whatever. And then we didn't have time to like figure it out because we had to leave. So then days later, I think we were waiting for him to like finish Chinese school. And I'm like, and I looked at Calvin. I was like, hey, did you ever like look back at the tape, like what actually happened? He was like, oh no, I haven't. And I was like, all right, let's review the tapes together.
Roll the tapes.
So what happened was, because it being like a desk chair for a child, I guess it has to have like the proper counterweight. And I'm pretty sure it's probably like this with any like rolling desk chair. He wasn't sitting all the way back. And I've been telling him, I was like, if you're going to sit on this thing, and it has like a little thing for his feet to like reach his level so he could like scoot back correctly. He wasn't scooted all the way back. So he was halfway on the chair and the chair was far from the desk. So he put his hands on the chair and tried to pull himself. And as he did that, like the chair goes forward, and at the same time the kid slips out. He's on the floor. I guess he bumped his head a little bit because then we see him slowly crawling out from underneath the desk. And he's so confused. He's like, and then at the same time, like I think that's when Calvin walked in the room. You see me in the video, like, just tell the truth. We're gonna review the tapes. So then Calvin instantly, he was like, nah, we have to apologize to him. We have to apologize. So I'm like, okay, we got the conversation. This dude, and this was around like Christmas. This was before Christmas. Caleb had put the D-Rex, which is a deformed T-Rex from Jurassic Park, on his list. And that was like one of the very few toys that he had on there. He was like, and I was like, bro, like Santa's supposed to get that for him. What are we doing? So no. He was like, I already put it for a pickup order from Target. So we get it. And then it's like, I don't know, we were coming home from some activity during the week. And Calvin took this apology very serious. Like he literally was like, he sat down on the couch. I didn't think it was gonna be this full.
Oh my God. He had a family meeting.
Yeah, he sat down and he was like, come here, Caleb. Me and mommy, we have to, we want to talk to you. And then Caleb was just there, like kind of like, hey, like, what's going on? And I'm like, bro, this kid's 5. Like, what are these conversations gonna look like, when he's a teenager? But I love that Calvin took the initiative on this apology because I wasn't gonna take it that far. I was like, hey, we reviewed the tape, so my bad. Like,
my bad, kid.
My bad for like faulting you. Like I was just like, and I was gonna reassure him, like, we know you're not a liar. Like, but we did that in that conversation. So we sat down, and then Calvin like brings out like the D-Regs. He was like, because of that. And I was just like, so every time we're gonna apologize, we're gonna get a gift? No, like we can't do that. So that's why I felt like that was a fine balance of not losing that authority.
Yeah.
Because, and I guess because we saw, because of the video footage.
You saw proof.
We saw, again, then he was truly being honest. Because and after we asked him several times, he was like, I wasn't climbing. So, and then we saw like a little bit of his emotional distress.
Yeah.
So we just wanted to reassure him, like, listen, that we make mistakes too, and sorry to be so quick to judge you.
Yeah.
Sorry to make that assumption. And I think in the parenting thing, like, we think we know our kid, and yeah, he definitely did that, or there's also the other side of it that, oh, my kid could never.
He would never.
Yeah.
And then there he is, nevering.
What about you? how do you balance? Because the question was what? It was
It was, how do you balance apologizing without feeling like you're giving up authority?
authority.
I'm extremely self-aware. I really am. And if I know that I did something, I have zero problems holding myself accountable. And I mean, I do this, I feel like, I mean, you're my friend. So like
Right.
I if I said something out of pocket or did something, I'm very quick to apologize about it. And I'm like,
But then it
this
was also me like, Nora, you don't have to say sorry for that.
I know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well,
And you're like, just validate me.
yeah, seriously. I'm like, can you please just, and you're like, my feelings weren't even that hurt. And I'm like, no, but I never want to hurt your feelings. Like, but I also feel like I'm a well, no, I feel like I'm a good friend. Like, I don't do things that
Right.
would hurt somebody's feelings,
Right.
like
Like intentionally.
intentionally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not in me. Like, so with the kids, because, it's different. It's when you're trying to set that authority, like be the authority for them. Um, there's days that I'm just like, I'm just gonna throw my hands up and I'm like, Berto, you take care of it. Like there's literally nothing that I can do. But what I do, I make it funny because that's just our personality. And I tell them, and I've done this with the video with Zoe, and I'm like, do you want pow pow in the wow wow? Like I'm not a physical parent. I don't hit, like, unless like, you,
Right.
like, I'm just like that.
Yeah.
And the kids actually say it to each other now. If they like to rat each other out. So they'll be like, I'm
Siblings.
gonna tell mommy to give you pow pow in the
You know
wow
what?
wow. And then it's like this. And then they're like, no, don't tell her. Then
Mind you,
like
you're hearing everything go down.
I'm hearing all the things and I just start laughing. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, what happened? And they're like, well, we're gonna tell mom and mom's gonna tell Tommy. I'm like, dude, it is the spring. Tommy is still in the North
Well,
Pole.
she gonna tell the Easter Bunny now.
Yeah, seriously. I'm like, dude, whatever.
She gonna
But
tell Cupid.
but I call in reinforcements. And you want to know who the best reinforcer is? My mother.
I was gonna say,
Because
Mama Bear.
if I tell her some of the unhinged things, like I'll look at Ollie and I'm like, listen, I know I'm your safe space, and I know that you don't mean how you're acting and I'm just your safe space, but we're gonna have this conversation with grandma. And his face is like, what? What do you mean? We're gonna have
And
this
mind you,
conversation.
and that's her boy, but I love that
Yeah.
she can balance.
And my dad too, because my dad's very calm. And this week we had some issue, and I was telling my father, I'm like, like I'm breaking down crying to my dad because I was just like, this is a lot. Like I'm under a lot of stress. And he's like, put me on speaker. And he goes, hey, Ollie, Oliver, like, with his accent. And he's like telling him, like, you need to be nice to your mommy. Do you know what she does for you? And then of course I was like, I'm so sorry, Lord. And I'm like,
Yeah. The dramatic.
girl, I seriously feel like my face is gonna be like permanently like all the time. Cause I do it all the time, or like right behind them. I'm like,
Oh, and really quick, this was actually like yesterday or the day before. Caleb is randomly in the car. Oh, that's so beautiful, and this is so beautiful. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He was like, I'm pretending to be you when you're upset at me. And I was just like, what? He was like, yeah, every time, and as it's me being sarcastic and trying to not like yell
yeah,
or
and
like
lose
lose
it.
my shit.
yep.
I'm like, just beautiful, just beautiful, just beautiful. Let's go. Like, and he was just like, just beautiful.
They're literally our parrots. They are, because you know what the kids do? And they all do it. When I tell them stop jumping, Ollie's literally parkour all over the damn place. He was jumping on the bed, and our bed spring, like the box spring at the bottom, one of the metal pieces went like this. And the whole bed goes down. Ollie looked like he was gonna shit himself. Like he was just like, but he's also dramatic because again, I am not a physical parent. Like I don't. So of course, like it's my reaction that gets him, but I'm working on that. I walk in the room and he's like, and Alina and Zoe, both in unison, like little creepy dolls, were like, that's what you get.
That's what I'm saying. They
because
definitely
I say
check
it all the time. I'm
and
like,
it's like they
that's
check.
what you get.
So now I'm like, all right, maybe what else can I say instead of just beautiful? Just beautiful. Because it's so
Do
passive
it
aggressive.
in the old-timey way, like the Bridgerton people. Like, just try to find a way to do it that way. Like,
Just charming. That's just darling.
Such a charming, darling thing for you to do. Like,
but the thing is, they know the tone.
yes, it's the tone.
Because he also knows that you need to watch the tone that you are speaking to me.
Yeah.
So he kind of like clocked me yet. And like I said, whatever it was. And we're just, again, in the car randomly. And I'm like, because there was no music on or nothing. Because I was like, sometimes in the car, I was like, I've learned like just in the mornings, it was like if there's like nothing playing and I'm just like driving. And his route to school is a little bit of a scenic route.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, and also like the thoughts in my head, I was like, who needs music?
You're like, I have like 12 episodes going on in my head. Okay, let's wrap this up with
yes,
one.
And then I want to share also like the quotes.
One last question. Okay. What would you say to a parent who feels uncomfortable apologizing to their child?
So, and like what you mentioned before, it's that and what I said too, like, if you can take that pause and be like, okay, how would I want someone to react to me if I behave like my child did when I was a child? Kind of like putting yourself in their shoes.
I personally can put myself in their shoes. No, I'm just kidding.
Physically, same size.
I'm like, we're the same size. But I'm okay, I'm done.
And I'm like, which one is it? We need labels for it.
Seriously.
We're missing out. We're missing out. And it's that, and it's just like the awareness, like how, like you said, you also mentioned that before. Because even me, like of course, knowing now that my sarcasm, I didn't even realize that I was saying beautiful, beautiful. And it's just that, like now where, like again, when you know better, you do better. And it's just this, like, and the quotes that I'll share will tie into answering this question. It's just like, what do we want to see more of in society? You know, and we've been given this gift to be parents of the next generation and the generation after, and they're going to be parents themselves soon. So it's just like, how can I set my kid up from now? And you can start it as early as months old, you know, and you can start it as late as 30-something years old. Like, but the time is of essence. It's always the right time to sit there and figure out how to do that apology. And it's most of the time, and you also mentioned it before, is putting that pride and ego to the side and humbling ourselves and remembering that we're all humans. Nobody's going to be perfect. And as much as our kids can upset us, our kid can embarrass us in public, and it's just being able to take that breath and be like, okay, how can I not be reactive right now? And it's just that daily work of learning how to be proactive. And it's like that, like being able to have these conversations. And obviously I'm sure you guys already have received plenty of opportunities to be able to have better conversations with your kids. And no matter, like I said, they could be months old, infants, to 30, 40 years old or beyond. And like I said, it's never too late to learn the art of apologizing. And like we mentioned in the beginning, it's an ever evolving thing, and it's a beautiful thing to just start, but start with yourself.
Yep.
How would you answer?
Mine's super quick. Apologies aren't proof that we failed. They're proof that we're repairing in real time.
Oof, love that.
Yeah.
Love that. And I'll quickly then share the quotes that tie into this.
As she's looking, I'm like, hi, guys.
So this is from a book called, and I want to read it, it's called Parenting with Purpose by Erica Commissar. The last name is, I'm going to probably pronouncing this wrong, but it's Komisar. She is an LCSW. I think that's a licensed social worker. Again, correct me in the comments if you guys are in that profession. No disrespect. So this is one of the quotes from that book. It says, parenting is not unlike climbing a mountain. It requires fortitude, commitment, and strength. However, the most important characteristic of parenting, one we rarely discuss, is purpose. The purpose of raising emotionally secure and resilient children should guide us forward like a beacon of light, helping us see the beauty that will help us cope with the pain and discomfort along the way. And I feel like that's something, we're both learning, like learning those communication skills, both like in the workforce and motherhood. And part of it comes with that, like the accountability, holding yourself accountable, apologizing, even when you don't feel like the other person deserves that apology, but you need to apologize to them for yourself most of the time. And that's what we're doing with our kids too, but we're also helping them. And the last quote is, do not ask your children to strive. This is by William Martin. Do not ask your children to strive for extraordinary lives. Such striving may seem admirable, but it is the way of foolishness. Help them instead to find the wonder and the marvel of an ordinary life. Show them the joy of tasting tomatoes, apples, and pears, or plátanos.
Have some couscous.
Show them, cafecito. Show them how to cry when pets and people die. Show them the infinite pleasure in the touch of a hand and make the ordinary come alive for them. The extraordinary will take care of itself. Because like I was sharing with Nora, and we spoke about this before, like we are such in a consumerism, materialistic society. Obviously, we see it with our children. We see it again with the devices and all this stuff, that we're literally missing out on the simple joys. And this is not telling you to live a basic life. No, don't be basic. Be as bougie as you want to be. But don't forget the basics. And again, we sometimes are rushing through life, rushing through our day-to-day. And I'm taking my own advice over here. And we forget to take that pause, and show our kids what it means to have an ordinary life and to have that gratitude for the basics, to have the gratitude to, that we have, that we can talk, that we can listen to each other, that we can try to understand each other. And this was a very beautiful episode. And again, by humbling ourselves, putting the ego and pride to the side, we're leading by example. Because again, we can sit here and tell our children, and Liz and I were speaking about this the other day, like we can sit there and tell our kids, you need to do X, Y, Z. But at the end of the day, they're gonna do mimic.
Elemental P.
They're gonna mimic. And then one of the things that she was mentioning was like her making her bed, and she always like taught her kids to make her bed. And she was like, now my kids are grown, and she was like, they make the fact that they wake up every morning and make their beds. And she was like, you see, I'd even like sit there and like demand from them every day. I do it every day. She was like, I still do it every day. It's part of like your morning routine. And I'm just like, I love that. Because even Caleb randomly, like he'll get up from the couch and like, oh my God, I gotta work out. Because I have done that. Like, oh my God, I've been sitting for too long. I need to stretch. I need to like walk around the thing. And you'll see him like running around the kitchen island. And he was like, okay. He's like, all right, I'm sweating. Regulated. Now I need some water. So again, be that example for yourself and for and your children will follow.
Yeah. Till the next episode, guys. Thank you again. Remember, like, follow,
subscribe, notification bell, all the things. We're almost at 100 subscribers. We're 3 subscribers away. So share this with somebody, or if you're listening right now, subscribe on YouTube.
Maybe we'll do a little shmiveaway.
Shmiveaway, yeah. Let's do it before Valentine's Day. And happy February. Happy Love Month.
This is actually my favorite month. I used to hate this month. What? And now I'm like,
pink, purple, red, all the things. And the hearts. And the cutesy things. And follow the embroidery babes and make sure you get your Valentine's Day order in. What's the last day to place them? I think you have set like a hard limit. Yeah. What date is that?
That's the 7th.
The 7th. Okay, so if you're listening to this on a Monday, Tuesday, whatever it is, you have until
get them in. They're so
Saturday,
cute.
February 7th. And you'll also be at your first event.
Yes, I might pop up on Saturday.
On Saturday, February 7th. Okay, so make sure you're following the embroidery babes. You're following the Migas podcast. You're following our personal pages. And keep up with all the things. We promise to deliver.
And entertain.
Okay? And entertain at the same time.
All right. Bye, guys.
Ciao. Love you. Hearts. What was it?
No, it's like this.
Gang, gang, gang. I'm